Hi, how are you?
Well, thanks.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to ask first for your name.
My name is Victoria.
Hi, Victoria. And then what brings you here to the rally today?
I realized while I was walking over here that I have been coming to rallies since I was 19 years old, and next week that will make it 50 years. And I'm here because I feel like our democracy is in danger, that corporations are buying our government, and the people, change, as Obama said when he was campaigning, change has to come from the bottom, and that we have to stand up and reclaim our democracy. There's a lot of issues that, obviously the nuclear issue is something that has just risen its horrifying head again right now, and I feel like we need to have 1 million people in the streets. But also, it's horrifying to me that the corporations and the banks were able to get away with defrauding the people of this country, and the people who are middle class and losing their pensions to help, bail out those people. So there's a lot of issues, from the different wars to the economy to nuclear to so I think.
And what do you do?
I'm unemployed.
Unemployed. And what effect have you noticed, if any, that some of these cuts that the Republicans are making, and what's going on in Wisconsin have personally? Have you noticed in your own life?
Well, I know because I'm unemployed that I don't have health insurance anymore, so I'm not going to the doctor. I don't have extra money to give to the donations that I used to organizations like Move On, and during the campaign last year. I'm horrified that teachers are being cut, and women are not being able to get their reproductive health needs met through Planned Parenthood. Personally, it's not like I have kids in school right now, but I see it and know people all around me that are affected in every way. Even I live near Tompkins Square Park. People are waiting in line to get food from the Hare Krishna community because they don't have food to eat.
I'm going to pan away a little bit and just get your sign. Thank you so much.
Sure, thanks.
Excuse me. Jaffe. That's me. Yeah.
Jen Senko.
Hi.
Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
I'm here volunteering for Move On to interview people coming here.
Yeah.
And what brings you here?
What happened in Wisconsin and what's happening all over.
And what's happening even also in Michigan. There's some pretty bad things that are going on, and this is a pivotal moment. And unless we all get out and stop it now, we're going to be looking at, and it sounds like a conspiracy, but it's true, a fascist society. We're there. We're,
Have you seen Yvonne, are we following you, Yvonne? Okay.
Well, basically, the people close to me kind of feel the same way I do, and I live in New York, and I think we're lucky we live in New York. But if I lived in Wisconsin, I would be in that Capitol every day protesting, because it's very scary.
For me, what's actually happened is what I've seen over the years is my ability to earn an income has diminished, as well as my rights, my insurance. Health insurance is impossible. My job has been outsourced, so now I make, when I do work, half of what I did make. So I just see it as this one huge thing, and basically it's these radical Republicans that are fighting. It's a war against the middle class.
Well, it is.
And the poor, and it's a war for the elite and the uber rich.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against the rich.
It's money,
but
no Uber, but it's money and power, and it's amazing that they want to take us back to the early 1900s, and they would do away with the EPA, and they'd like to do away with public broadcasting, and they'd like to do away with anybody's rights to do anything, and it really is just...
basically anything that FDR came up
Yeah,
with.
right.
They're trying to get rid of. And this whole budget crisis is an excuse for them to call. They've been planning this for years,
Yes.
the past 30 years. And
We believe in the shock doctrine,
yeah.
basically, and
Yeah.
that's what this is about.
So even my 90-year-old mother says, they purposely brought us to debt so that they could then turn around and say, well, we have to cut Social Security, we have to cut all those things
Right.
that you poor and middle-class
Right.
people have
Right.
because you've been soaking up the system for too long.
Right.
Well, you know what? Fuck that.
Thank you.
And we
fuck
know
them.
it's the GOP, and we know it's the wealthy that are getting the breaks, and it's the corporations. And ever since that Supreme Court decision that
Yeah.
makes corporations people, we are in big, big trouble. So we have to
Yeah.
stop it as soon as we can.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. and thanks for
Absolutely.
being here.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
Good.
Could you just state your names for the camera?
Christiana Fierro, Samantha Fierro.
All right. And how old are you, ladies?
10, almost 11. 12.
And what grade are you all in?
5th grade. 6.
You live here in New York City?
Yeah. Well, we live in Brooklyn and Manhattan.
Awesome. No, I love Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn myself. And what brings you here today?
Well, I know how it might be suffering for teachers, and I kind of wanted to represent my school so I can go back and tell them what I saw. Yeah, we kind of just want to help out, our country and Wisconsin. We want to do what we can because we're saving our future.
Nice. Can you say more about that future thing, about saving it?
Well, Government Walker, he kind of did something, illegal, and that's not right to us kids. It's like teaching us a bad example. So we just want to fight for that, because if we don't fight for what we believe in, it's kind of like letting people torture us. Well, I agree with her. It's like letting a future that we could have had go. And kids think it's no big deal. Parents are just going to solve everything for us. All the problems are being solved. And even some of my friends, I was shocked to hear that their parents are for the Republican side. And I was really surprised to hear that. But if that's what they choose. But I'm thinking what they should be doing is telling the parents to save their future, because if you keep believing lies, then one day it's going to turn into one huge lie that you wish to fight it for.
And what do you two think about all those people in Wisconsin that have been spending weeks and weeks at the State House there protesting?
I feel bad for them, but I could see us in the same position, and I think that we should fight for that, because we are 2 steps away from being in the same position, and we're 2 steps away from being in the same position. I agree with her. If you think about it, sometimes people say oh, who cares about them? They'll deal with their own problems. But if you were to actually put yourself in their shoes, you would want to do something. So we're just trying to fight for what we believe in.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we end the interview?
Walker should take a hike. And if you have a dream, don't just give up on it, because making a difference could actually make a difference to the world, even if you are a kid.
Thank you so much. All right.